Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I have the latest version of rear entertainment display for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y to share with you. Today I'll be installing the display in my 2023 Tesla Model Y long range, and this is the largest screen size display that I ever tested so far. This is 8.6 inches screen display with the permanent buttons on the bottom and so many much more functions on the display. So in today's video I'll show you what comes in the box, and then step-by-step installation on the display. Should be really simple to install, shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes to install this display, and then we'll test it out in my Tesla Model Y, and then I'll show you how it looks in my Model Y. Now let's go. Let's see what comes in the box of this latest and largest rear entertainment display for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Here, what comes in the box. Let's check out the main display first. This is probably the largest display size for the rear entertainment display that I have seen so far. As you can see, the size of the display actually from here, this part to here. I believe this is 8.6 inch display size, and it has this dedicated touch buttons right here. I'm not sure you can see it, but when we plug in we'll see it much better. And it also has some big air vents here, and the air vents also manually adjustable, so you can go left, right, I think only left and right, so you cannot go up and down. So you can control left or right, and you have the two USB-C ports right here, one for data and one for charging. So this is the fast charging side of it, and it also has a built-in speakers, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the display. So it came with two different wire harness. They just sent to me so that I can show why there are two different wire harness. So this is the conventional one, which is for most of the Model Y except the standard range. The standard range does not have the rear OBD port, so this one just for performance and long range or dual model Model Y, which you will connect to the rear 26-pin OBD port. And it also has the passenger seat control cable. So this will connect to the passenger seat control unit, and it also, I believe this is the driver's seat control plug. I'm not going to install this because I think most of people do not want the rear passenger to control the seat on the driver's side. So I would just connect the one for the front passenger side only. And this is the one for standard range Model Y, which does not have the rear 26-pin OBD port. So you have to connect this to the front passenger side panel, which is the 20, I believe it's 20-pin OBD port, and everything else is the same. You just have to run the cable a little longer than this one. And it also came with the plastic removal tool and the power plug cap, we'll show you in the video, and also USB-A to USB-C adapter, so you can use it to load movies, music, or update software. So that's it. We saw everything that came in the box. Let me show you where you can get this latest and largest display. You can get this new largest rear entertainment display from Test Studio or teststudio.us. I believe the display comes with both wire harness for Model 3 and Model Y, plus the standard range Model Y without the OBD port in the back. So you don't have to choose the selection of the display. And if you are interested, you can use my special discount code DAD that for extra discount. So this is the price after the discount. It's a pretty good deal for what it can do and how big the screen is. Now let's go and install it in my Tesla Model Y. Okay, first step, we have to remove rear passenger air vent first. So there's no screw attached to this. There are clips inside, so basically just grip on this part right here and then pull it just like that, gently. Don't pull it too hard because there's the cable here and the plug that we have to remove. So this is a power plug and cable that power your two USB-C ports in the back here. Then you just need to remove these plug out. There's a little clip here, just pull it and then remove it. Okay, next step, we have to remove that panel on the bottom right there. You might need a little bit of help with the trim removal tools. I got these from Amazon.com. Came in really handy with different projects, so I'll put the link in the description down below. Now let's remove that panel out. Okay, just use the trim removal tools, plug it in, and again, there's no screws here, just basically clips, and just use another one there. So one is pop open. It's really easy to pop the whole thing out. Now let's connect the pass-through for the front passenger seat control first. So in order to do that, you have to remove this panel out, but before you can do that, there's like a screw on the bottom here. Let me show you. You can use T20 to unscrew it out. So here's that screw right there. You will need a T20 just right here below the seat, just right that location. So easiest way to remove is to use a small wrench and T20. After you unscrew it, there are clips right here, so just gently pull it out just like so, and then you'll see this seat control plug. So this is where the seat control is, and just unplug this one, like a purple and yellow, out. Now connect the original plug from the car, which is purple and yellow, from the display like so, and then now you just plug this one back in to the plug that we unplug from the seat control. We just plug this one back in when we unplug the seat control, and then we're done. Just put everything back and then run the cable under the seat to the rear center console. Before I install the new largest display, I want to compare to my previous display that I just installed a couple months ago, and here's a big difference in size of the screen. As you can see, the size of the air vent, this one a little wider and compared to this one, but this one can move up and down. This one can only move left and right, but it's plenty of air vents to go through this new display. Look at the size of the display. That's a huge difference between the two displays. Now let's install this new one. Okay, after connecting the seat control pass-through, just hide all the cable underneath the seat and then run under the seat, and then goes here. So just tuck the cable inside here so it doesn't block this panel right here. So tuck the cable inside right there, and then now we have this cable that we will have to connect to this 26 pin OBD connector. So before we unplug this main OBD connector, the blue one, I would highly suggest to turn off the car first. So go to the main menu and then go to safety, and then just all the way down, power off. Now we can unplug this one, so just there's a little locking clip right here, just push and then pull out. Now we're done. Now we have this pass through for the display, so the white one goes in here, and then that blue one from the car go back to this white one. So we'll get the pass-through of the car data and also the power to the display. Now we have this cable right here. I didn't connect, again, I didn't want to connect to the driver's seat because you don't want the back passenger to control the driver's seat. So basically just thread the wire, all of these wires up here to the top portion. There's a little space that you can thread the wire up. Let me show you. As you can see here, there's a little space underneath where the air is coming out right here. So the air vent area, just small space underneath. It's big enough to thread the wire, everything up here. So this one we don't need. We're just gonna tuck it in here. We need these two. Now we just have to cap this power. This is original power for the 2 USB-C port for the original car air vent. We don't need this anymore because the display will get the power directly from the OBD port on the bottom there. Now we just use the cap that came with the package and then just cap that power port. Now we just push it in on the top part of the air vent right here, so it doesn't get in the way when we install the display. Now let's connect the display to the wire harness. So first, this is the shorter plug that we will connect to the actual display. See the white plug right here, and then we'll connect to this port right here just behind the display. Let me show you. This is the display that's behind it, and we'll just connect this one in. As you can see, that one is connected right there. Now we just have to connect the remaining one. It's this one right here, and then this one from the wire harness. We just have to connect these two together. Here you go. Now we should be all connected and power up. As you can see, this is Android based display. Let me put the display in place. So basically just connect back to all this slot. There's no screw at all, just push it back in the same way that we took the original out. Just have to slide it in the same spot that we took it out. Alright, that's pretty much it. So display would come out a little bit more on the bottom here because of the size of the display. It's much bigger than the previous one, but it doesn't create any blockage anywhere. Just protrude out a little more on the bottom. Now we just have to put the cover back in. Same thing, no screw, just the clip, and that's it. Alright, the installation is done. That was really simple installation. Now let's see how it looks in my Tesla Model Y. Alright, the display looks really nice and it's huge. As you can see, this is probably the biggest rear entertainment display that I have ever tested so far. As you can see, there are permanent buttons on the bottom here. There are touchscreen buttons here, so it doesn't take space on the actual display when you want to use these buttons, and it's always there, so you can go to all of these main menus anytime you want. And this is the main display, which is the climate control, so you can turn on and off the rear climate, but the main climate needs to be on first, so you have to turn on the main climate control in the car first, so you can turn on the climate control back here. As you can see, it's on right now. It's blowing the air really good, and you can also control the fan speed from back here too. As you can hear, it's blowing harder as I increase the fan speed. Let's control back, and you can also control the temperature from back here. But remember, whatever temperature you control from the rear display, it will change the temperature on the driver side too, because the Model 3 and Model Y only has two climate control section, which is the driver and the front passenger. So whatever the driver temperature, it will be the same for the rear passenger. So when you control this here, it will also control the temperature for the driver. So whatever the driver change the temperature in the front, it will also change the temperature back here. Just keep that in mind, and of course you can turn on and off the temperature back here. So the passenger in the back can, you know, turn off the temperature back here when it's too hot or too cold. You know that these passengers in the back don't have to tell driver or front passenger to do that for you, which is really awesome. And you have a shower lock, a cam mode, dark mode control from the back here. For the shower lock, there is a code right now. There's no resetting for the code, but they have the code for you. Let me show you. So when you turn on the shower lock, they cannot touch anything. You can't control it. You can see any climate control here. To unlock, just press this one again. So there's a set code for it, which is 8687. That is the code to unlock. They told me that they will send out software update in the future so you can reset the code yourself. As of now, the set code is 8687. So now let's go to the next function on this display, which is the heated seat control. So you can control all the heated seats in the back here, all three, and you can control it without having to turn on the main temperature or the main climate in the front. So you can control all of these. All has 3 levels to control, or you can just press one button to turn all of them off. I tested it. You cannot control the front passenger, which is good because you don't want to mess with the front passenger heated seat. Anyways, just go to the next one. As I mentioned and I showed you in the beginning, while we were doing installation, you can also control the front passenger seat. So you can control to move it forward or to move it backward, or you can also control the backrest, as you can see here, to move forward or backward. Really convenient for the rear passenger that's sitting back here. So if the seat is too close to them for the rear passenger, they can just use this function to just control the back seat without, you know, telling the front driver. In case the front passenger, there's no front passenger, like if I had my daughter sitting back here, usually just me and my daughter, you know, taking her to school or take her pick her up from school, she can just control that front passenger seat by herself from this rear display, which is really useful. Next, let's go to the music. So you have a basic audio control of the entire car. Basically, you can press to play, as you can hear, and press again to pause, press to play, and then you can skip again. You can also lower the volume on the whole car, louder or lower, and pause. So you have this basic control on the audio because you don't want too much control from the back here. Anyways, let's go to the next one. So the next one is really important because you have a lot of functions for this display. This is Android 12, I believe, Android 12 and Android 13, I'm not sure. Let's check it out. So you have a music meaning this is the music that you can download into the display. This has 64 gigabyte memory, built-in memory, so you can just plug in to this USB-C right here, and you can download all the music or video. As you can hear, the music from the video right now is coming from the built-in speaker, which is really all good quality speaker. There's 2 speakers here, and of course you can also connect to a Bluetooth headphones, or you can connect to the car speaker. But keep in mind, when you connect to the car speaker, there will be split-second delay, probably 1 second delay to the car speaker. Not only it does that to the rear display, it also does it to your phone. Let's say you connect your phone to the car speakers, it will have that delay no matter what. So whatever device that going through car's Bluetooth connections and output the audio, it has that delay. And also you have the gallery, so you can download the picture with a USB dongle and put into the display and the file manager, the car info, so you can do all the settings. This is the same thing as the main setting here. So this is the last button, main setting, so you can choose all of the setting for the display, and it is about the display. Alright, let's go back to the app. You also have a Android setting, so you can connect to Wi-Fi. Right now this display is connected to my home Wi-Fi because I parked right by my house, and Bluetooth audio, navigation setting, factory setup, and more. So small little detail setting you can go through here and go back. So you also have an audio setting. This is more details audio setting, never mess with that one. And you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this display too. But when you want to connect to your headphones, Bluetooth headphone, you have to use this app right here, BT transmitter app. So you just have to press search for your device, and then when you select, let's say you select the device, and it just selects right here will connect to your device. And I have an options to connect to the car speaker, and I try to connect to headphone, which works. And you can also download all of these apps, games or streaming services, and you can use the Play Store, Google Play Store, to do all the download for you. You can choose whatever apps you want to choose or to download, like games or streaming services. I have tested a lot of these and they all works. Let's try Netflix real quick, since that's probably the most popular streaming app that people usually use. So this is Netflix app. As you can see, you can pick whatever movie you want to watch. See, it works, and most of these streaming service works too. So Netflix works. Let's go to different ones. So you can just, another thing I like about this display is that, let's say when you're on Netflix, as you can see, it just shrink down the window, so you not entirely close the Netflix. Let's say you swap and do another functions on the display, you can always go back to that Netflix movie and keep continuing to watch without having to relaunch the app, which is really useful. Let's go, we close the Netflix real quick. Let's go to Max, HBO Max. This HBO Max also works. I just tested it. Let me show you real quick. I was just gonna show you a few streaming services here to make sure it works, and then later in the video I'll show you that it will work even while you drive the car. But of course you have to connect the display to your phone Wi-Fi hotspot. That's the only way for the display for now to get a internet. Let's try HBO Max. I think the apps run really quick. This is just downloading the streaming. See, it's really fast and it's really nice and clean quality. Love the quality on the display, as you can see. Really good quality, and the size. It's awesome size to watch the movie or play games back here. This is the biggest size, as I mentioned before. Look at that. It's 8.6, I believe, 8.66 inch display, and with these permanent buttons doesn't disturb the whole screen at all, which is awesome. Let's go back to the app real quick. Let's turn that one off. Let's test one more with the Paramount Plus. Next, I will show you how to connect the game controller. Here you go, Paramount Plus. Let's check out Halo. Just gonna do a quick run so we know it works. As you can see, has really good high quality display. Love how big it is. Now I can just sit here in the back and watch the display, or my daughter can just sit in the back and watch the display. Alright, now we know most of this works, and let's go back to the app. Let me close that one. Alright, so see, I download a few games. I'll go back to the games in a minute. Let's go through all these menu first. Oh, before we move forward, let me show you the air vents. As I mentioned before earlier, you cannot move up or down, but you still can move left or right on adjusting the airflow, which is pretty awesome. And the air vent size, really good size, really big. And this is probably the biggest, one of the biggest air vents that I have tested for the rear display. Now let's go to, so this is the main apps that select a few of these apps to be features. I think I like this one better, to be honest, so you can see all the apps that you have. This one just another shortcut, so you can go to Netflix. I tried to go to Disney Plus, doesn't work for some reason. I tried to download from Play Store, doesn't have Disney Plus either. Alright, so the next one is the setting, as I mentioned before. So you can do all this setting for the display. Oh, there's a main. Let me show you quick setting here. So it tells the specs of the display. So about car device. So this is all the specs of the display here. It has total 4 gigs of RAM, which is not bad for this small display, and it has total 64 gigs of memories. This Android 12, by the way, which runs really smooth so far, and it's Bluetooth 5.0. Alright, now let's try to connect game controller. I tried to connect the game controller with Bluetooth connection. It didn't work, but you still can use a game controller, wireless game controller with a wireless dongle like this. So basically you connect the little dongle transmitter to the USB-C adapter that came with the display, and then plug into the left hand side of the display. Only the left one works for the data, and the right one is for charging. So as you can see, I just connected to the display. Now just try to connect the game controller. Now it's connected. Let's test a few games here. Let's do a racing game first. As you can see, it loads really quick. Love the quality on the display, again, even with the gaming. So now I'm using the wireless controller with the dongle to play with this awesome game. Love this little card game, as you can see. It's really easy to control. Awesome, you know, to play with the controller, of course, better than a touch screen. Again, right now the sound is from the built-in speaker on the display, so your kids can also have, you know, the sound comes out from the built-in speaker. Alright, we see enough on the racing game. Let's check out another game. Now let's test out the game with touchscreen control. As you can see, the touchscreen is really responsive. You know, wherever you touch it, it just goes. Right now we know the display is compatible with both games system, you know, with the wireless controller like this or touchscreen, so you can, you know, use this display with a lot of purposes and functions. Really awesome display so far, and you can even use Apple CarPlay like I mentioned before, and Android Auto on the display. Love this buttons right here, so you can always just tap, you know, where you want to go by just pressing this button, you know, when you want to change the functions on the display without having to wait, you know, for the buttons to pop up and then control it. And the display also, you know, goes to the sleep mode. When you don't use the display, within a few minutes it'll go to the clock, or you can, you know, turn off the display manually just like this, or just turn on the sleep mode when no one touching or interact with the display. So let's see someone sleeping in the back at night, it doesn't disturb that person at all. Now let me show you the display while I drive the car and see if it works. You know, if you can watch a streaming service or YouTube when the car is driving. Alright, let's test the display out while the car is moving. So as you can see, the car is driving right now, and the display is connecting to my mobile phone Wi-Fi hotspot. Here you go. And here's the display. This is the YouTube. Display the YouTube. As you can see, the YouTube is working. So the video is working. Oh, you can see it's working right now. And the sound is from the built-in speaker, of course. Oh, that's the review that I did for the front, the new integrated front display, which is this one right here. Really cool. It's really good size display, and it's integrated onto the dashboard. So check out that review. I just released last week, and yeah, as you can see here, it's still working, and the internet is getting from my carrier, from the phone carrier. Let's check out Netflix. So you can watch Netflix on the go while the car is driving. As you can see, the display works really well, and it's super fast loading on the apps, because I just closed the Netflix apps earlier. As you can see, it's working and the car is still driving, and we can watch the videos, the streaming service back here. You know, your kids can watch it, or your guests or you can watch it back here, no problem at all, while you on the go or you on the road trip. As you can see, this new rear display not only is the largest display I have tested so far, it also has this adjustable air vent. It's a good size air vent in the back, and so many good functions on the display. Only one missing function is that 4G capability, that it could have its own internet, but otherwise I never gonna use that 4G or open the new line for the 4G just for a display anyways. I usually just, you know, connect the display to my phone Wi-Fi hotspot, and it always works really good, as you can see when I tested the display in the video. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video. I'll make sure to put the link of this new display in the description down below, and also special discount code for you too. Don't forget to click like if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.